malls start calling us.
We need you here.
Yeah.
We need you here, and that is what happened.
Wow.
I said, as soon as we moved to East Park, one of the goals of going to East Park, I want to be getting phone calls to say, okay, we want you here.
We want you
Opening
here.
a
Want you.
mall. Opening
Put
a
up a
shop.
shop
We
here.
have shops here.
We want you to be at our mall. And one of the biggest phone calls that we got was, though we had been applying and so many people were getting rejected, was a mall in Harare.
Wow.
Yes.
So that's why when I went to your page, when I was trying to make a booking, I noticed that there's you have in Harare. I'm like, wait, they're in Zimbabwe as well?
Wow.
Oh my God.
It's
Yes,
big. Yeah,
that
is
was
really
quite
big.
a privilege.
Yeah.
Trust me, they said, okay.
Bolu, and I am going to be one of your hosts for this podcast. May I just begin by saying this is our very first podcast, and we are so happy to be here. I'm so glad to be joined by these beautiful women setting trends and just economically impacting their communities, as well as obviously growing the Zambian economy. Not to take too much time, I'm going to go further by letting my other host introduce herself.
My name is Grace Wanda. I work for She Entrepreneur, and we love women in business. And I'm joined by lovely ladies in business that are succeeding in business. So I'll start by asking them to introduce themselves. Yes.
That's right.
So,
Okay, good morning, Grace, and good morning, Valerie, and the ladies here. Thank you for having me here. My name is Nellie, Wanda, Chinyakula. Those are my full names. I am a rancher. I'm a livestock farmer. Yes, and I'm a mother. I'm a cook. So basically that is who I am. And away from the farm, I am a teacher by profession. Yes.
Lovely.
Wow.
Yes.
Girl.
I'm a teacher of early childhood, and then I went on and started my degree, and now I am doing biology and special education needs. So that is who I am in a nutshell.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
My name is Selina Machima. I'm a mother of 3 beautiful girls.
Oh, nice.
I'm married, and I'm so happy to be part of the first She Entrepreneur podcast. I think it's such a great honor.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Emma Mkumbi. I'm a wife, mother of 2. I am Zimbabwean. I have been here for, I can say, 9 years, yes, and I'm an entrepreneur with a sociology background.
Nice.
Yes.
Very nice.
Yes, and I run a business called Nail Addict. Nail Addict has been running for about 6 or 7 years. Yes, so I'm really grateful to be here. This is the first podcast ever that I've been on, because I'm usually just in my shell, just really closed up. So thank you for, taking me out.
We're glad to be the first people to bring you out of your shell.
Yes, thank you.
and on our first episode.
Yeah.
All right.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Natalia Mutale Mwape. I am a mother and a wife, of course. I am a teacher by profession as well.
Nice.
I majored in history and civic education, University of Zambia, but I don't teach. I just said it's not me. I can't teach. So I am a co-owner of Yoni Essentials Zambia. That's on Instagram, and Yoni Vistim Zambia on Facebook. We sell aphrodisiacs.
Ooh.
And I'm a sole owner of Elegant Beauty Bar, a nail salon in Kawata Market, and we're looking to expand. I am just thrilled to be here with these ladies. That has been one of my 2025 goals. I put that on my 2025 notice board. What was
Vision
that?
board.
Resolution?
Vision
No,
board.
there was something that was trending on TikTok.
What do you something board?
Something board.
Not a vision board. A vision
Yes,
board.
that was
Yeah.
one. I just wanted to go all out,
board.
meet different women in entrepreneurship, and I am happy to be here, except that it's the first podcast. So I hope I can go as a different person altogether, not the way I came. So yeah.
Okay, so ladies, I'm going to ask you a few questions. One of them is why entrepreneurship? All of you have papers, so why aren't you using your papers?
Yeah.
So why entrepreneurship? Why did you choose entrepreneurship?
Okay, so for me, to be very honest, the motivation was a hungry stomach.
I like that.
Yeah. During the COVID situation, I lost my job. As a teacher, and I tried getting jobs here and there, but nothing was really coming forth, and I was in a very bad place financially. I starved, you know. I starved. I know what hunger feels like.
Yeah.
So everything that we are, all the visions, the plans, mushroomed from there. There was never a time that I really thought, oh, I want to grow up, I want to be an entrepreneur, I want to do this, I want to do this. But there was that background in me, because growing up, again, we were a little underprivileged. So I grew up helping mom sustain the home, making fritters, selling ice blocks, you know, and whatever we could really lay our hands on. I saw my mother take trips to Nakonde, bring rice, cooking oil, and would help her do the selling. So it's like I've always been a salesperson. So even when things didn't work out professionally and I couldn't get another job, there was this thing, you know, like I can sell. So what is it that I can do? I started with the popcorns, and then, you know, from the popcorns I went back to making fritters. That was just a few years ago. I had all my 3 kids already, but I didn't want to see them go to bed hungry. So I had to do something about it. And, you know, one day I wake up and there's a post from somebody who was selling a smoker on Facebook. So I said, I can cook. So why not get? So I bought the smoker and I started doing smoked chickens and smoked fish. And I started selling from there. Then from back home, I'm from Namwala. I'm Tonga. So back home we have this thing where we are accustomed to animals. We live with the animals. Each one of us owns something at least, you know. So that also at some point when I had raised a bit of money, it started from my mother again, who used to sell sheep to her friends. Then at some point she stopped. Then I thought, okay, I think she was making good money from it. So I picked it up from there. And it was one post where you just post something on Facebook and then a client comes through and they buy. So you're like, okay,
this could work.
I'm going to do it again. But I didn't have the money, but it was like, I'm going to do it again. You post and then you tell them, can you make a deposit? When they make a deposit, I go and pay for the animals back home. I bring them in, give the client, and keep my little profit. So it's been a journey like that.
Okay.
Nice. Very inspirational story. I mean, just the general idea of starting from selling something as small as popcorns, you know, you can tell that you want something and nothing is going to stop you. And you did that. That's so inspirational.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so for me, I love my deco designs. It's an event planning and deco business. Love My Deco was born out of, I could say, helping. So I used to help around the church doing deco for church. You know, in the old days, we used to do cloth. You know, you hung up the drapings and chairs
And tissue.
Pink tissue.
Yeah, so I found myself helping my pastor most of the time. Doing the church deco and everything, and that was, I think, started out in about 2005 up until 2014, I think, when I had done a few events for people, and I could see that they liked it.
There was growth.
And finally, about 2014, I charged for it.
Became a business.
And you loved it?
Yes, and I loved it. And I thought, well, why why don't I use this skill to profit me and, you know, turn it into a career? So for the longest time, I did it part-time. I had a full-time job. I worked for an organization for about 12 years. And I would juggle between the business, my personal business, Love My Deco Designs, and my full-time work until about June last year, 2024.
Okay.
I decided, just last year. I decided, well, I was in a very comfortable place.
Okay.
There was so much security. You know, very comfortable. There's a salary. You know that it's coming. It doesn't really depend so much on you running about. As long as you are showing up and doing what is expected.
It will come.
All sorts of security, you know, and from about I think December 2023. The business became more demanding, I think, because I started putting in effort.
More effort in it,
So I decided, well, I have the talent, I have the skill, and using the background of my employer, I have learnt enough of what needs to be done. If I'm running a business, so I have the skill, I have the knowledge. Why don't I now get flexibility so I can grow this thing the way I want it to grow? Because I have a vision for it also. There's a place that I think I could push this. So I told my employer, thank you very much for the training. Thank you so much for nurturing me into the person that I've become. So entrepreneurship for me is an opportunity to express my passion, to grow a career out of skills that I have learned.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Very interesting.
Well, for me, it's two reasons. When I saw that question, when I heard that question, I was like, why? But mainly two reasons. Number one, where I come from, almost everyone is just doing something. And, because of the time, when the economy, fell, I think everyone was just forced to do something in Zim, hustle, background, and I think also our government was always preaching about, ownership, entrepreneurship. And then number two, which is the main reason, I'm naturally a creative person. There's always like 100 things going on in my mind, The moment I see this, I'm like, oh, okay, let me start this. Because I remember when I came to Zambia, when you are someone new in a certain environment, you see so many opportunities that local people do not see.
Oh, very true. Very true.
Don't see. And especially like with Nail Addict, I would like to believe I was the first nail bar. Maybe they were. I'm not sure, but according to my own research and to what I had seen, yes, they were nail techs, but I couldn't find a nail salon, or a salon rather, that would give you this holistic experience.
Yeah.
Because trust me, there are so many people who are good at nails, even better than us. But it's all about the experience and how we make a customer feel when they leave. That's the opportunity that I saw. So, I just decided that, okay, this thing is for me, because I used to work. I used to be an employee as well. And the company that I used to work for, I remember I was the only woman. And I used to give them ideas on how to grow.
How to better their company.
Yes, but they wouldn't listen to me. That's when I said, you know what?
I can do. Let me do my own thing. Let me do my own thing.
The potential in other people. It means, it's in me. So that's when I realized, okay, I think entrepreneurship is for me.
Besides, if I make an idea, I'm going to do it myself.
It's myself.
True. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's really good.
Okay, so the question was why
Why
entrepreneurship?
entrepreneurship?
I think it goes back down to security, like she mentioned, because in as much as we have our bad days, but we have our good days as well. But if you're comfortable with your work, you don't have the time to explore and maybe grow at an individual perspective or level. So I thought, why not? So initially I started with selling clothes from at school. I was at Unza. So my sister owned a boutique in Chilenje, and she couldn't run because she was an events planner, so she was in and out of the country all the time. So I took up the opportunity, and the money was good. So I decided, I think I can do this. So even after graduating, I still just continued to look around. And also I feel like it gives you an opportunity to just explore, meet new people always, and you have the time and you're able to do what you want to do.
What you
If
love
you wake
to
up,
do.
if you wake up one day and say, you will sleep.
You gonna.
You
I am
gonna.
sleeping.
No one will call you, so why didn't you report?
Yeah.
I think that has been it for me.
Okay.
I think hearing the kind of stories you tell about why you get into entrepreneurship, I think the two things that I'm hearing really are either your back is up against the wall and you need to move because you can't stay in the same position, or it is I am trying to see what I can do aside from this. Like you said, job security is there, but something ever happens, what else can I do?
Yeah.
You develop your talent and you find yourself now actually falling in love with that one thing and you leave your employment. I mean, those are brave things. And I mean, for Emma, when you say from Zim, you found the opportunity here where we locals can't really see. I mean, that has hit, like it's hit home. Like, because I'm like, when people come and they make these investments, I'm like, am I not using all my brain cells? Because what is it that I'm not seeing that people see and they come and they grow from it? And that's amazing. And I really hope that we get to learn from that as Zambians and we get to find opportunities where it looks like there's nothing. Yeah.
Look at like foreign shops in Zambia.
Yeah.
They're thriving.
Yeah.
Zambian shop, you just find one or two
One or
products.
two users, and they'll tell you things are expensive, but others are doing it.
Yeah.
Why are you not
Just-
one that
yeah.
is also just taking
Yeah.
the lead?
Actually, just yesterday, our colleague Mwiche we were talking about the little mini marts, the grocery stores, the Rwandese guys. See how their businesses thrive? I'm like, why are we Zambians not having any of those shops?
They'll start here, and then from that little shop, there's that other
Close at
one.
19.
Well, my friends always say, when you are in a foreign land, and I believe if you go somewhere else, you have that same hunger to succeed, and it's because you don't have anyone watching you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also.
You don't have anyone judging you.
Yeah.
So you are willing to
I'm gonna do
to
it.
start from scratch.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, I have to do this. There's no way out. If I stay here, it's because it's better to be hungry in your own country. Okay? So when you're a foreigner, you're like, I have to do this.
I can't be hungry
I
here.
can't be
Nobody
hungry
has
here.
my back.
Yeah.
Nobody has my back. Nobody's watching me. Nobody's judging me. I just have. It feels safer that way. Yes.
I like that. Yeah, that's
To a different
A different country.
I think traveling also helps.
exposure.
See what others are
Yes,
doing.
yes, that is true. That's very true.
Okay, so the next question is, I think you've answered.
Some of you have already answered this question, how you started, but I'll combine it with how you started and how do you handle the risks and the uncertainty that comes with business. Right now we have load shedding. So load shedding affects obviously your power, nail-techs, your lamps, and also like if you have a salon, water, livestock, water supply is just, So how do you handle such risks and uncertainty in business? You just quit your job. But teacher.
And now what do you do?
And
now what do I do?
Yeah.
How do you handle such things? Your children are waiting for food in the morning.
Okay, so different from most of us, we don't rely on electricity. Our animals don't need it, because obviously
someone can look into.
Yes, you can become a farmer. Do you want? Should I give you goats?
Is
Or start from
that dead stare with it? Should I give you goats?
First, start to begin the journey.
Yeah.
You know?
You actually
male,
haven't
two
talked
females.
about what you actually do.
Okay, so maybe let me start from there. So in being a livestock farmer, we are not just into breeding, because for me it's a business also. So other than our animals that we are breeding to grow our wealth, we are also selling. But our target market right now is the startup farmer. So our animals are mainly for breeding and not slaughter.
Nice.
So even when we are sourcing outside, we are looking at young animals that are good for breeding, animals that are going to give you good offsprings. That is what we look at with the goats, with the cattle, with the sheep. That is what we mainly look at. And in livestock, our main risks really is death. Fatality, I should say, because it's life.
Yeah,
we are dealing with life, so you never really have the certainty. You never have the assurance. So how then are we dealing with that? We at least take a human approach to it. There's what you can do. When the animals come in and they are coming from all these different places, them being sourced from Southern Province, we have traditional farmers there that believe animals are just animals. So they're never vaccinated. They're never treated for anything at all. So now we have a responsibility that whenever we bring the animals onto the farm, we don't care what their background is. We don't care what has been done before. We are starting from scratch. We do our own routines. We do the vaccinations. We deworm. We give the multivits. If there is an infection, we give the antibiotics. And then, we put them on a feeding program. The other thing we suffered with last year was the drought. So the animals did not have food. In a time like that, animals lose a lot of weight. So what do? We've got to make the sales, and there's this situation. But in order for you to sustain them, in order for you to buy the feed, to buy the vaccines, you've got to make sales. But then we came up with a strategy to reduce prices, because our animals had also lost the weight. So it wouldn't be fair for us to sell at the same price, understanding that we are offering a little less in value. So we reduced it. We came up with packages. We teamed up the animals, and then we reduced the prices, and the packages were so attractive. That is where we made the money that sustained us. So that is how we've really been dealing with risks, which is how we try and prevent so many of our animals dying out of disease. We are very proactive there with nutrition and with treatment. And then also the other aspect of the drought, that is how we dealt with it.
Nice.
And how many animals are we talking about?
Okay, so how many animals are we talking about?
Because now I'm interested.
It's a nice question, but how many animals we are talking about, to us from Namwala, is like you asking how much is in my bank account. I'm not willing to tell you how much money I have. But it's, if you're looking for 300 goats, I'll give them to you. I will give them to you.
Nice.
How many heads of cattle do you need? 200?
Just name your price.
Yes, just
name
tell
your
me
price.
how many you need.
Okay.
So it's quite a good number. But then also, our farm here in Lusaka is a small piece of land. Because when I started initially, there was no farm at all. It was my mother's backyard. I used to live with my mother then. So she made this makeshift house behind her yard. And when my Tuma goats come in, they would sleep in there. If it rains at night and it rains heavily, we would move the goats into the living room. Yes. So
Trust humble beginnings. I have a lot of respect for humble beginnings.
do not despise the day of humble beginnings.
Absolutely.
Do not. So would move the animals into the shelter. So I would always tell my clients when they are buying that if you make an order, the day the animals come, please pick them up, because I do not have a place for them. Then, as we continue to grow, it became difficult. The way we run our business is such that we are not delivering any animals that have not been paid for, because of the risks involved.
True. Very true.
It is highly risky. The paperwork is tedious. There's treatment involved. So we want to see some sort of commitment coming from you as our client. So it became tricky because the numbers were growing. We now stopped selling 2, 3, and 10. We moved to the 50s and the 100s. So how then do I commit to telling you I'm going to bring you the animals? I have nothing physical to show to it except my residential address, which I can change anytime. You know? So I decided to fence up the farm. This farm belongs to my mother. My mother is a widow, but she's such an amazing woman. She's done great stuff. So she had this piece of land in Kasisi. So I said, can I use it? She says, go ahead. So when a blessing came, we made very good sales. I went and fenced it up. We sank a borehole there, built our goat shelters, our workers' houses there. And then we started bringing in the animals. So now we have that physical location in Lusaka, but it's our selling point. So meaning we never really have so many animals. Even if I bring in like tomorrow, we have a truck that brings in 200 goats. Trust me, by next weekend there'll be nothing. So you visit us today, there are so many of them. Next weekend, I have no animal whatsoever except structures.
Love
so
that.
It's that kind of
I love that. I need to come and take notes of how your business model has worked, because to have stock this week and it should be done before the end of the week, it's great.
It's been a bad God moment for us.
Yes.
There are parts of this journey that I can't account for. I don't know what happened. I don't know how it happened, but it's a bad God moment.
Yes.
We moved from a place where we tell you, no, we'll give you the goats in 5 days. We are now at a place where I can tell a client that I'm sorry, I'm only able to supply in a month because every weekend is booked. We have deliveries every weekend. So is it okay for you? Are you able to wait for a month? Are you able to wait for 2 weeks? But you would have made your deposit already, and then you get a client who says, no, I want to come and buy and take. I'm sorry,
I can't.
we don't have the capacity.
Yeah.
All the animals that
We
you
don't
find
have the
on farm,
capacity.
we don't have. All the animals you see on the farm are paid for. So I'm not going to give you another client's animals because you're failing to trust us in it.
And that's true as well. It's always you need to trust who you're dealing with, your supplier or what you're buying from. You go there, you want to buy something. I feel like that's our biggest thing. It's the trust. I give you money, I want to see it then.
Yes.
But I always say, please go through people's pages, look at their testimonies, see if you can trust them. If their work is not trustworthy for you, just don't bother.
I mean, you're not going to change somebody's business model. They're not going to bend because of you. Because I want it now and here. No, there's a system, there's a structure that we've built. And you realize for most of us here, these are businesses that have been running for years. So we've experimented, we've tried. If you tell me, I want here now, we've tried that before.
It won't work.
And it didn't work for us. So we prefer this way, and this way has been working for us. And we are willing to work with the clients that are willing to just bend into our system. While we are also very accommodative, so it's something like that.
Also, you really, as entrepreneurs, it's important for us to actually put our work out there. So that we're trustworthy.
True.
Like everything, let everything be in sync. Your name, are they the same names on your bank details? Are they the same names on your Airtel money? Are you the same face they see on Facebook, and you're the same face? They're going to find at the farm. It gives them a bit of comfort, like, okay, this is the
person.
So the question was on risk.
Yes. How do you handle
risk and uncertainty?
Okay. So how we manage risk at Love My Decor Designs is, first of all, to be aware, and especially in events, anything can go wrong anytime.
True.
Yes. The time that you say you will show up for an event matters. And anything could happen. Anything could happen.
The car breaks down.
The car breaks down. You have an emergency. Suddenly, the florist break. The glasses break. Yeah, we had an incident where we set up a tent. Because some beautiful reason, Mother Nature showed up very powerful. Boom! We lost facets. And everybody was like confused. Fortunately, we had a very understanding a client. I said, you know what, take your time, fix it. And so when it comes to risk, I think both the client and ourselves must be aware that anything can happen. And it's not, we didn't plan that it should happen. So be cool, we will deal with it. We have committed to delivering this service, and because we've done it a few times, we know that there's always a contingency plan.
Yes.
We are always coming up with plan B. If this doesn't work,
Then we
This
can
is
do
what
it
we're
this
gonna
way.
your event is for 200 guests, but we are coming with 250 glasses, just in case.
Just in
something
case.
happens.
Yeah.
Yes. So we are always in a position of what if, what if, what if. So at Love My Deco Designs, risk is one of the things that we are always anticipating. We are dealing with glasses, we're dealing with flowers, we're dealing with things that can easily just turn. So we plan ahead.
That's good.
We plan ahead and ensure that there's something that we can do quickly to ensure that the service is still delivered, and also to just make the client aware that, yes, this is what we are promising. But in case there's a change, be expectant, because this is event business. Anything can happen on the way. All your balloons can pop because
It's too hot.
I have a question, though. I have a friend that is in deco, and a number of times I heard her complain about the issue of payments. You know, where the client pushes in a down payment, and then you go in and do their works, and their day is done, and then they're not paying you because now they are married.
Oh, they forget about you. They forget about you. You are old-fashioned. Like, it's done. We're done with you.
So
We're
how
looking
do you
for baby shower next?
So how do you do with that?
We've had and currently still have issues like that. Very big risk, because when you're going,
that's a risk.
In our business, it's very visual. Okay, so just because you come to me and say, I only have 50% here, and I accept the 50%, it means I have committed myself. I'm going to do
the
for
work.
you. And because I'm also human, it's your wedding day. I can't also just go and stand on
Give
the
you
door.
50% of what you've paid for.
No.
It will just be the glasses, no flower, you know.
Yeah.
And I also can't be that mean to go and stand at the door and say, until they pay me.
Before you pay me, I know.
You are not walking out of this
You are not going to
event
see-
hall.
I tried that before, it didn't also work.
It's so stressful.
Yeah. So I've had clients like this, and now to mitigate this risk, now we have an agreement. You want my work? No problem. You only have 50%? No problem. Pay the 50%. I'm committed. You are committed. But this is a contract that now you and me are entering into. That you will be very much aware of my next course of action.
If you do not.
Should you not pay?
Yeah.
Okay.
So 50%, I've gone to buy flowers, perishables.
Yes.
I cannot return them back to the farm. It's done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's here. What we're going to do now is that you will hold to your end of the bargain, unless you are a corporate organization that I know. 2, 3, 4 calls, I can talk to someone who is ahead of you.
And they have a reputation
And
they
yeah,
want to protect.
Yes,
so.
if I put your page on Facebook, it's going to mean something. But if you're an individual, it's just going to block me.
Yeah.
So for individuals, it's 2 weeks before your event.
You clear the
us,
balance.
Clear us, and we are done. Then I come and deliver.
Okay.
If you can't, well, there's 50% that you have paid me. You want me to keep it because you can't finish because I've bought flowers.
So we're not going to do the decor.
I'm not coming. I'll tell you. Wait, I'm not coming. I'm
free
sorry.
money.
The 50% is for wasting my time.
Yeah, because I've been waiting
Another client could have booked me for that time, and I've been telling them, sorry, I can't.
I'm taken. So I've lost
taken.
business.
I've lost business. So you and me should both agree that if I keep the 50%, it's not such a bad idea.
Okay.
Very true. Nice.
Yeah, I hope everyone here is listening, because at this point you should be learning from other people's mistakes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, because I think I've been in business long enough to know that there will be setbacks, no matter what. And one of the ways of managing that is managing my emotions.
Yes.
How I react to things, because first days it used to stress me out, and because I'm in the service business, I'm not selling like physical products. I'm selling a service.
Yes.
So in this industry, one of the setbacks in the beauty industry that we have is of employees. And I've been there long enough to know that human beings will disappoint you. Yes, because I remember when I was pregnant with my second born, with my son, I started with one employee, by the way. You know, so when we moved to a new location, I now had like 2 employees, and the one that I had started with, just as soon as we moved to the new location, I'm pregnant, she just quit. And now I'm left with one person, and I am pregnant. I have to do, and because I've always been responsible for the admin work.
Yes.
Right. So now I'm forced to do admin and the nails, and I am pregnant. And this one person that I'm left with also wants to leave. You know, so it was a really big setback for me because after giving birth to my son, I had to come back to work in 3 weeks. Immediately. Lucky enough, I had employed a few people, like new people, but still, you know, they didn't run the business well in my absence. So I remember that time, if you go on Google right now, we had the worst review ever.
Nail Addict had the worst review.
I mean, like like for the whole time we've been running Nail Addict, there's this review. We had a 1-star, and she complained a lot. But guess what? I took the blame. I took accountability, but at the same time, I forgave myself because I said, you know what? I am learning. These things happening. How do I pick myself from here?
Yes.
You know. And as time went on, yes, there were a lot of setbacks happening, sometimes money missing, people just resigning, you know. So one of the strategies, I had to implement a few strategies. I remember I went to Joburg for holiday with my family. And when we were at, what do you call that, Senton Square? Yeah, at the mall. We were looking for an exit out of that mall because it's big and all. So as we were looking for the exit, I find this big salon, nail bar, called Soho Nail Bar. And it was the most beautiful nail bar I had ever seen. Like, you know, everything was just functioning well. And so there was a girl by the reception, and I told her, hi, I own a nail bar in Zambia. Can I just take a tour of your salon? And she was so kind enough. Say, okay, come around, I show you, you know, we do this, we do this. As soon as I left that place, I said,
By fire, by force.
this is me. This is me. And through reading books, through doing research, I just felt like I need to elevate this brand. I need to, because I look, one of my inspirations is Woolworths. And I told myself, I want to be close to Woolworths. Not the owners, but just the business. Wherever Woolworths is,
I want to be very smart.
I said I'm going to be there. I want to be aligned with certain brands.
Yes.
So when I came back, I called this guy from East Park. I said, I'm starting with East Park. We are going to go there. He gave me, you know, deaf ears for a long time, you know, because, you know, it's just a woman business. But I said, I'm going to go there. That is the first strategy that we're going to do. We're going to also do the interior. And then it worked. Eventually, we moved into East Park. And then the other way of managing our setbacks, so when we went to East Park, one of the problems we're having also is, you know, management issues, missing money and stuff like that. And then I said, where do we go from here? Remember, I had started by managing myself.
Yes.
I said, okay, how do I manage this? Take a deep breath. Okay, don't see it as a setback. just see it as a way of
A learning
improving.
curve, yeah.
That's when I said now we have to put systems.
Yes.
So systems are very important.
Yes,
Very.
yes.
Yes, systems. We need to have a booking system, and we need to have managers
Yeah.
in all locations. We are not going to run this business as a cantemba and stuff like that. So I think, the setting up of systems is very important. So it really helped, really helped us
Mitigate
elevate
your
our
losses.
brand higher and higher. And sorry, I'm almost done, but one of the things that I told myself is I want us to get to a position whereby malls start calling us.
We need you here.
Yeah.
We need you, and that is what happened. I said, as soon as we moved to East Park, one of the goals of going to East Park, I want to be getting phone calls to say, okay, we want you
We
here.
want you
Opening
here.
a
Want
mall.
you.
We're opening
Put
a
up a shop
We
here.
have shops here.
We have, yes, we want you to be at our mall. And one of the biggest phone calls that we got was, though we had been applying and so many people were getting rejected, was a mall in Harare.
Wow.
Yes.
That's why when I went to your page, when I was trying to make a booking, I noticed that there's you have in Harare. I'm like, wait, they're in Zimbabwe as well?
Wow.
Oh my God.
It's big.
Yes,
Yeah,
that
that is
was
really
quite
big.
a privilege.
Yeah.
Trust me, they said, okay, we need you here. They were not giving us an ear for a long time, obviously, because they didn't know us, or probably they
Yes.
wanted people who are in Harare at that time. But they just said, you know what, we love your fitting, your shop fitting. We love how it looks. We believe you can add value to our mall. I've gotten calls from Pam Golding. I've gotten, it's just so amazing. So don't see a setback as a setback. Just sit back, reflect, and say, okay, how do I correct
How do I
this?
move forward from
How
here?
do I manage this? Always re-strategize. I could say a lot of strategies here, but because of time.
We're going to take some notes after this.
Yeah.
And I love that we're having this conversation in January.
Yes.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes. When the year has just
absolutely
begun.
done. We
Yes.
should have our goals ready and set. As January is a trial month, February, everyone, shoes on, helmets on, ready to take on.
Yeah, sorry, and
when we
and one more, and one more, because I said human beings will always disappoint you. You know, I always tell my managers, oh, I'm left with 2 employees. I always tell them, work with what's
What
there.
you have.
Yes.
Work with what's
What's
there,
there.
and ask those nail techs to do a good job. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I know that your Innotics have moved to make their own, to have their own salons. I know that.
And they take your clients away.
And that's amazing. And
I can manage that.
What do you
Sorry? What did
No,
you say?
I'm saying
take
when your Neotex leave, like when they just leave, like then they begin to call your
call your
clients,
clients.
like, oh,
I mean, I've heard, yes, I'm now doing my own thing.
But then when
Yeah.
you're good at
How
one
do I
thing,
manage
when people
that?
know you,
Yes.
yeah.
First of all, like I told you, I expected.
it's expected, yes. for the kind
Yeah,
of
I
business
remember
you
when I was training for nails. I don't know if I should say this, but
It's entirely up to you. I mean, this is a safe space, but it's
But-
entirely up to you.
I was told clients can be your biggest enemy
Sometimes, actually.
sometimes.
Yeah.
So just expect it, treat everyone with grace. I mean, it is part of life, but trust me, it has never affected our business whatsoever.
I think I have a question when
I
you're done.
think because I think those setbacks sort of give me an adrenaline.
Yes,
to
like,
say, okay,
How am I going to
Oh,
fix this?
okay.
Yeah.
I'm coming back.
You think you know? I'm going to take it a level higher.
But
Yeah,
also,
so-
I think when you're really good at something, your clients
You can never go.
Your clients will come back.
always,
So
Yes.
that's why
Always.
it's always advisable for the brand to be bigger than you.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, let the brand speak. Yeah, because
Yes.
I'm just Emma. People don't know me out. They don't know me out there. But
By the way,
now we do.
you know, yes. But they know
They
Nail
know the
Addict.
brand.
So let your brand speak
Yes.
for itself. Yeah.
Yes.
Inspirational.
Oh.
So you asked 2 questions.
Yes, I did.
How we started and
How you started and the risks and
How you manage
So
it.
for some reason, it's like we all share the same experiences.
Yeah.
Because like from what she has said, it's like I've experienced each and every one of your setbacks and risk management. So for me, one of I think the worst, or I can't say, it's a blessing. So I feel like sometimes when you have something has happened, you have a setback, a shortcoming, it's good to just lay back and just say, you know what, let it sort itself out. So I'm telling you. So between
sometimes there's nothing you can do about it.
You can't manage everything. In the Bible,
No, you can't.
there's a
You
scripture
can't.
that says where there was a storm, Jesus was sleeping.
Yeah.
Somebody repeat it. That's like, there's a storm, let me sleep. Jesus
And please, I'm tired. Allow me,
let me take a nap. So like, remember I said I started the business from Unza, right? So I sort of had a clientele within the university.
Yes.
So came graduation, and I didn't have that clientele.
Yeah.
So I moved from, because as a second year student, I managed to save up to my money. I bought myself a car, I would deliver. So from there now, I sold it and said, let me open a boutique at North Mid. And I went to North Mid, and I would go sometimes even days without sales.
Yes.
So between moving to North Mid and getting married and falling pregnant, I couldn't travel. I couldn't be at the store as much as I wanted.
Yes.
So I closed. And the way she said clients, my clients now became boutique owners. So now when I came back, it was too late to jump on the wagon. I'm looking at clients, whatever is trending. At that point, I couldn't. So I sat back, and then my partner now for the Yoni business says, you know what? There's something that nobody's doing in Zambia. There's this, let's try it. And at first, I used to be very shy, I must admit, to advertise. How am I going to talk about people's private parts?
I'm still shy. When I go on your page, I'm like, no.
Sorry.
No, I mean, they didn't say this. I try to imagine, how do I sit behind the phone and I'm the one typing this?
So trust me, people come because now I'm not found at the store half the time, but when I used to be there, like I was hands-on for 3 years, for 2 to 3 years. People would come and I would refuse. No, I'm not the admin. I'm just working. Because how?
Yeah, how do I?
So I feel like sometimes you just have
the
to.
illustrations.
Yes, because there's some. I would like to take a leaf from my best secondary teacher. He said something like, "You are what you repeatedly do." Yes. Excellence then is not an act but a habit.
Yes.
So if you want to be excellent at something, it needs to be a habit that you continuously do it for you to get the results that you want. The risks are there. Like for me, the person I trusted, I worked with her for a long time. She started only selling the same things like she has said, and she's advertising. And this time I get to the store, I go at 10, it's closed, it's not open. They had employed somebody else to work for them, to open the store for them, to sell, or I don't know. So I was hearing, there's this, there's that, because now I opened the beauty bar, so my concentration went on the other side.
On the other side.
So when I went there, I just said, you know what, this is it. And I was at the verge of closing my beauty bar because my main niche was suffering. So I went back, I had to sit back and say, okay, what am I going to do now? So we got someone, and as she has said, I think a system works better.
Yes.
So you need to be hands-on if you want something to work. If it means you handling your social medias, you handle that. At every point, you know which client came in, if you're not available, because you can't always be there.
You can't always be there.
Yes, true.
That's true.
I have a question, like for the nail side, ladies. I've seen funny clips of women going to do their nails, and they're seated, and then the nail tech is done, and then they're looking like, I don't like this color, or I'm not going to pay because of something, and you know, I get so angry. I'm like, why would you do that to someone?
Girl,
And you are
I
there
saw
the whole
this.
process.
Yeah,
Yes.
I saw this video. She's like, yeah, I'm not going to pay for these nails because I don't like them. Ma'am, there's another
But there's a
lady
process.
who's waiting. Her appointment is now. I can't start working on your nails now.
No.
Okay, no, then pay me back my money. Hey?
yes. It has happened.
But you've been a part of the process. If
The whole time.
there's a point you didn't
The
like, why did
whole
you
time.
say?
Because there's
You see how angry you are?
Yeah.
yes.
So let me answer on that one. You always have difficult customers. But I don't know if I should say this again. But I think you should be at a position where you can choose, not really choose, but choose people who protect your peace. Because they are also disturbing other customers. But when you see those things happening, it's usually because there are no policies put in place in your organization. If you go on our website is part of the system,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So you go on our website, we have policies, and we say the moment you book, it means you've agreed
To these
To
policies.
to these policies.
Yes.
The policies are, if you should be early for your appointment, if you're late by 15 minutes, if you do this, you know, so just put systems in place. And it's also how you present yourself as a business. Yes, that will make people walk over you.
True.
Yes.
Very
Not
true.
only your business, even yourself.
Even you yourself.
Yeah.
Even yourself, how you present yourself, because some customers will just walk over you just because of you're not looking presentable.
Presentable, yes.
And your business also is not, the environment, what you offer, so people will always walk over you. So if a client is difficult and comes, you just lay down the policies, ma'am. These are the policies. This is,
Yeah.
yes, if you want to go and complain at the, I don't know, what do you call that?
Managers.
Yes.
Commission of, what do you call that?
That one. Yes.
Protection.
We have
yeah.
that.
Yes.
That's trending now. It's like it's been very active of late on social
Or maybe they won't even do that. They will just, call you out.
Consumer
on-
protection.
Consumer protection, yes. Or someone just decides they want to call you out on social media. If you know that you're on the wrong side, just apologize. But if you've seen that, okay, this client is just being unreasonable over and over and over again, I think,
Yeah. Like it's yeah.
just let it go.
Understood.
Because just expect it either way. We are all coming from backgrounds. But what I've told my employees is everyone is irrational. I'm a customer somewhere.
Yes.
Maybe I act irrational somewhere else, So, yeah, and it's not your fault. This person is coming from ABC background, so what has it got to do with me? So just
It's them.
it's them.
So just to add on that,
Yeah.
I have one particular client. She says she's a prophetess. Okay, she's an elderly. Okay. Yeah, so she's a very difficult client. So each time I've had to deal with her, she will tell you, okay, we have all the nails have got the shapes and the names. So she will show you a shape that is not there. So she'll say, I like how you did this one, but these are different sizes. It won't be the same. So I told myself I'm not going to deal with her. And I said, God, I don't want to deal with her. And trust me, each time she comes, she won't find me. I swear, each time she comes, she won't find me. She'll call, you're not here, mnambo somewhere, stuff like that. No, maybe my child is sick and whatnot. But I feel like what she has said is very true. Yeah. So when she comes, she'll tell you, I want, let's do yellow, let's do a marble. When you're done, she says, it looks like a snake. It looks like a snake print. So I can't do this. I'm Christian like that. So this one time, I think my last show for me was I started the appointment at 16. I left at 21. I live in Makeni. The salon is in Kabwata. I just said, God, I don't want to deal with her. And I think 7 times from the last time.
Lord, I know she's your servant.
She has
will. Protect both servants. Thank you.
Okay. Sorry. So what you have to do in that case, you don't necessarily need to throw them away because anyone who gives you money is your boss. Right? So you need to communicate with the client. Like what we do, I always tell the ladies at the nail techs to say, ask the client what they want, right? We do appointments, right? So on one of our policies, it states that if you come in late, if we are unable to do the nails that you asked for, we are going to do maybe shorter or quicker nails, right? That's number one. Number two, communicate with the client that I'm going to paint one nail, and before I cure it in the UV lamp,
Accept.
you confirm,
Yes.
right? If you like it, we're going to continue.
We move forward. Yes.
Once it dries, And once I remove, it's a new service.
It's done.
So what you're paying me again?
Yes.
If I remove what I did
Because I painted you one nail, right? You agreed. So communicate with them before you start. It's all about communication.
So what if you've done
Right?
that?
Because we are all complicated at the end of the day. Yes. So just tell them, okay, is this okay? If you start over again, you're going to have to pay me because I'm filing,
Yes.
I'm going to do, and I've used product already. But you have communicated already. But in a case whereby you did not communicate, she will always do that. And your bones are going to suffer, your back is going to suffer because you just
They will
failed to
break your spirit.
communicate.
So if you have communicated, because this particular client, like you have said, I think I learned also the hard way. So I would do one nail. So do you like this? Oh yeah, it looks very nice. So when you're done, you put the top coat. You're putting the cuticle oil. That's when she says, I think I don't like them.
Yeah, from my experience, I've been in her salon and I've experienced every single step. I have to approve. So I can attest to the fact that she will, like if you want any changes, you can tell her.
Yes.
Communication is there, but it just sounds like a difficult client.
No,
Yeah, sounds like a
just being
difficult client.
difficult client.
I mean, you don't, at a certain stage in your business, don't entertain difficult clients.
Yeah.
when you've tried what you're
Because
supposed
People
to
know
do.
what they're doing.
Yes,
Especially like you
they
said,
do.
protect your peace. You know, because I think again you mentioned there's an idea of protecting your peace. There's also the idea of sometimes as women we can be very emotional or very irrational because we've had maybe hectic days, and then you come and you also want to come and stress me, and then I act out, and it's a problem. So definitely protecting your peace is a big thing. Yeah.
You just wait. There's some who are difficult. They'll pay you.
But they'll
So
go
manage them.
talking.
Manage
Let them pay.
Let them get your money. They'll still come back because because you're not in the business of doing nails.
So why does she come
You're
back
in the
again?
business of making them feel good.
I think for me, I would like to talk about leadership style. Love My Joko is a very human kind of business, like social type of business where you have contact with the client and how the client is handled. All those things are very important for us. So for me, my leadership style in the business is coaching. Like someone can have all the qualifications from another institution or from another organization, but there's a personal touch that I want them to have, a certain impact that I want them to have on the client, you know. So for me, my leadership style is I want to take you through the processes, you know. And one of the things that also has helped me developing in my leadership style is because I think I have a very good support team. My mother, she has done crazy, amazing, wonderful. I don't know the words to put on it, but she's like my inspiration. You know, I draw strength from seeing what she has been able to accomplish. My mother was also a teacher. She retired last year. My husband is a very calm and knows how to manage problems.
You were supposed to be loud.
I'm extremely emotional, can cry. We have this thing, and he'll just come and say, "Relax, sister."
Sister.
Yeah.
Relax, sister, and take me through the process. Sort of take me out of the challenge in a very nice and supportive way. And that same style is what I choose to also use
On your employees.
Very nice, very nice. Love that.
Makes sense.
Love that.
Okay.
Anyone else?
Okay, so what are our long-term goals? As a livestock sanctuary, we are looking at building a farm, a brand that stretches beyond the walls of the country.
Nice.
We are looking at breeding animals in their thousands for animals, for farmers that are buying for breeding, but also at the same time develop this other side where we can process our own meat for export. That is what we are looking at. So even while we train our workers now, they are trained in such a way that they know that this is where we are starting from, but we are going to stretch beyond this. And also we look at raising awareness, just teaching our clients and our would-be clients what it is like coming on board. I have noticed that for most of the people that are engaging into farming now, they come with very unrealistic expectations, They'll come and say, so if I buy 2 goats today, in 2 months, tuzabara tuviri, and then by the end of this month, I'm going to have 6 of them. It's not magic. It doesn't work like that. There are all these risks that are involved. There are miscarriages. The animals will abort. The animals themselves will die. Their mothers will die. And we want you to be able to put all that into perspective while you are planning to venture.
Yeah.
And then we want to, in raising awareness, we want to be able to teach our society, what do you need? What kind of shelter do you need? How much land do you need? What are the vaccination routines? What systems do you put in place when you are a farmer, when you are a rancher? So in starting that journey, we are actually launching our podcasts, and it's going to roll out on Monday.
Ooh, very nice.
It's called On the Ranch with Nellie, me, and Joe, our business partner.
Nice.
You'll get to meet him. We have a presence on Facebook. You can look us up there. So
Please
a lot
tag
of
us.
stuff. Yes, I definitely will
Please
tag
tag
you.
us.
I will tag you. So lots of stuff will come from there. Questions will be answered and solutions will be given on that platform.
Nice. Very nice. Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm next. I'll do number 7. What sets your business apart from competitors? Well, I thought I had to think through this question. Oh my gosh, there are many things, but I remember one day after reading a book that I bought from, was it Grey Matter or something like that? It taught me about product exclusivity. Where you have something that it's only found at Nail Addict, and that's how you create a brand. Because someone gave me an example. Used to give me examples of Pep. Pep. They're Pep. Of course, they have that certain target market, but they're a brand because what you buy from Pep, you'll never find it anywhere else. So I think just having that product exclusivity, whereby if I come from Nail Addict and you go somewhere else, you'll be like, oh my gosh.
You need to just go back to
Let
Nail
me
Addict.
just
They
go
can
back.
only be there.
Because we have clients who say, how do I remove this?
Yeah.
What do I do?
It's okay.
Just come back.
Just come back. There's no need for you to fight with them.
Yes, because one of our policies, because we have clients who say, can you do me a refill? Like, we can only do you a refill if the nails were done by us.
here.
Otherwise, we have to sock off.
Yeah.
And then when they try our product for the first time, they're like, okay, I think I'll go for this. I like it because it's one A, B, C in this. So I think that product exclusivity is very important.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Okay, I'm up next. So I picked question 9. What advice would you give to aspiring entrepreneurs? I am talking about us who are not privileged, the us that have to start from there, not the ones that have the money. So, 1, you need to claim your market share. If you want to start, it's okay to take a leaf from someone you look up to. So you say, okay, babe, I want to be like Nail Addict, but Nail Addict has been there for 7 years. You can't wake up next year and be like Nail Addict. No, so be where you are. As you are waiting for the other doors to open, praise and be thankful while you're still in the hallway. And then the other thing is you need to separate your personal life from your business. That also helps. And I think Facebook, social media wrangles, I think don't get involved. People are emotional. Just because you support ABC, they won't come to you. So you need to, I think you need to you separate that from your business. If you want to comment, go to your inbox with your friend, you talk about it and it ends there. And if you feel like, I've got a lot of friends, I've got a lot of family, let me start this, they're going to support me, you're in for a rude shock, you'll cry.
And that's true. When it comes to branding, that is something that I've actually noticed. Even now when we are still growing, I just told myself I'm not going to associate with that brand, because they do not align with what our values are, what my vision is, and even not just the vision of the business, even what I believe in. Yes, what are my principles? I have an image to protect, so I don't want to be seen around you if I feel you portray a certain character. So it comes with just protecting the brand and protecting yourself as well. If social media, the things that we even post, even about ourselves, you want to be very intentional about that. You can post family, you can post and whatnot, but there's just stuff that is so linked to you. People say, no, it's just Facebook, it's not me, it is you. It is you. We saw you. I promise you, garbage in, garbage out. It is you. Yes. There's no way. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth overflows.
Yeah.
So you can't say, I just posted it, but I don't believe in it. You do believe in it.
Yes, that's true.
I love that.
So I think that's about it, and don't be afraid to start. Do your research. Just because your friend is doing it, you can also do it. There's a whole lot of other customers there waiting to try new experiences, and don't be scared of risks and failure. Like you learn from that. Each time you fall, don't stay down. You need to get up, walk, crawl, whatever it is, but don't just stop moving.
True.
So about that part of the business, ladies and gentlemen, we have those products for you, and we also have the beauty bar, so you can come on both stations, Kabwata and Kulima Tower. You'll find us there, and we will.
I think she's still very shy, because what part of the business are you talking about?
We have those products. Which one?
So if you have libido issues, fertility issues,
Speak to the camera. Let them know.
and you just don't want to be cold. Like
You want to be hot, right?
You want to be hot, like from India. So
Cheer from India.
You want to be cheery from India?
Yeah. Okay, we'll probably play that voice note at the end of this.
Yes, please.
I think I'm closing.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Once again, what's the name of your beauty bar?
Elegant Beauty Bar. So we're looking to expand. By the grace of God, we want to have an all-inclusive beauty box. You can get your lashes done, you can get your nails done, you can get your pedicures done. You can bring your sons and your husbands to get their haircut and a massage if they want. Yeah, so by the grace of God, we should be mid-year.
Okay.
Yes,
We wish you the very best.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I just need you to tell us where we can find you on social media.
So Instagram, Elegant Beauty Bar 1. That's on Instagram, and Facebook, Elegant Nails and Beauty Bar. Yes, I think that's about it. Okay. There's my phone number there and my location. Okay. Same with the Yoni. So for the aphrodisiac products, Instagram is Yoni Essentials Zambia, and then Facebook it's Yoni Vistim Zambia by T&M. Immediately you do Yoni, it's the first one that pops up.
Yeah.
Yes, with the crazy reviews. So you want to miss it.
Yeah.
Your social media.
Yeah, I just own Nail Addict. That's what I know. I'm in the nail business. But follow Nail Addict with a K, not a C. Yes, so I think it's Nail Addict _ ZM. Yeah, so that's who we were found. Our salon is at our main branch is at East Park. So please come through. The gents can also, we sell vouchers, beautiful gift vouchers that can complement with your gift, buy for your loved one, and they can come through.
Nice. Very nice.
We'll give them an experience.
Yeah, it's a collab. Yeah.
Okay, so Love My Decor Designs on Facebook is Love My Decor Designs. Our office location is in Lusaka West, in Kasupe. Instagram is Love My Decor 1. We also have other names that specialize in different events. We have Chilangamlilo Zambia. This one deals with the traditional kind of setups and things. Then we also have Bubble Crash events. So Bubble Crash on Facebook, Chilangamlilo Zambia on Facebook. On Instagram, it's Love My Decor 1, as well as Love My Decor Designs on Facebook.
Okay. Great. So we are on Facebook under the name The Nellie Livestock Sanctuary. That is for the farm.
Okay.
And then On the Ranch podcasts. That is Facebook as well. So we have linked our Facebook page to Instagram. So we have the same names on Instagram as well. Our farm location is in Kasisi. We are 7.5 kilometers from the international airport.
Okay.
Just 2.5 kilometers off road,
Alright.
but it's a very good road. It's a graded road, so you can visit us there, and you can also call us on 0973 11 36 10 or 076 9939 188.
Lovely.
Those are our contacts.
Thank you.
You can follow She Entrepreneur Zambia on Instagram, Twitter, all platforms, all social media platforms, and get more of this interaction. And I'll let Valerie close.
Thank you so much once again, ladies. This has been absolutely amazing. I have learned so much. I know I'm going to go home and ponder on some of the lessons that I'm learning. Again, She Entrepreneur, we believe in excelling women. We believe in supporting women-led businesses. We know that the future is female. I know the men are looking at me like, why are you saying that? But yes. So we love it here. Thank you so much for joining us, and hope to see you once again.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.